What's up, YouTube? Cam that guy here, back once again with another YouTube video. So get ready to read the Bible today, you know what I'm saying? It's about that time. So I read a little bit off camera. I read like two and a half chapters off camera. So I'm on I'm gonna go and fast forward to chapter 5. I was reading chapter 4. I stopped at the end of chapter 4 on the first page of chapter 4, how this Bible was written, right? So I'm gonna skip verse 24 through 35 on Leviticus chapter 4. I'm gonna go ahead and begin with chapter 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Chapter 5, verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and it is as witness, whether he hath seen or know of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. So it said, if a soul hear a voice cussing, it witness it, but don't utter it, he's going to bear iniquity. Now, to be frank, I don't know what iniquity means, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to look it up real fast. All right, man. So I looked up what the word mean. It's saying that um basically what it's saying is if you hear somebody cussing or whatever, and if you're a witness of it, and if you don't try to say anything, you're gonna bear his immoral and gross behavior. That's what I got from verse 1, right? Anyway, verse 2. Or if a soul touch any clean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of an unclean cattle, or the carcass of an unclean creepy thing, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty. So basically what it said was if a soul touch any unclean cattle, beast, creature, animal, insect, even person, you know what I'm saying? He will also be unclean and he will be guilty. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's saying. Verse 3. Or if he touch unclean of a man, whosoever unclean as it be, that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him where he knoweth of it, he shall be guilty. Okay. Verse 4. Or if a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. So what it's saying is, if a soul is cussing with his lips to do evil, then he'll be guilty. But it didn't say nothing about if it's good, though. You could do good. It's not as far as cussing, but you could just do good things with your mouth and shit like me and shit. But it's saying it's going by oath, so that kind of means like you're going by like a treaty or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, basically what this is saying is, or if a soul swear pronouncing with his lips to do evil, man shall pronounce, and it be hid from him with when he knoweth of it, he shall be guilty of one of these. So pretty much what it's saying is, like I said, if you do any cussing, swearing means cussing, right? Yeah, if you do that, you will be guilty of it, and your soul will be guilty of it. That's pretty much what it's saying. Anyway, verse 5. And it shall be when he shall be guilty in one of these things that he shall confess that he has sinned in that thing. So what it's saying is, this is back in the day, though. Back in the day, if you be guilty of doing some shit, you know what I'm saying, you had to go through a ritual and shit. There's a lot of shit they did back then to please God, to, go to heaven and shit. They had to do offerings, right? Offerings was how they made it to heaven back in the day. So this is what they did and shit. So back then is different now. Nowadays, all you gotta do is pray to Jesus, and forgive your sins and shit. But back then, this is what they did and shit. Verse 6. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his sin. Like I said, they do offerings and shit, you know what I'm saying, for sins that they did, for, you know, was doing bad swearing, from, you know what I'm saying, to stealing, you know what I'm saying, to doing adultery, you know what I'm saying, all that shit in between. They had to do offerings, you know what I'm saying, in order to forgive themselves back in the day and shit. So, like I said, they'll get an animal, they'll get a person or something, shit, do all that blood shit. That's what they did back in the day. Verse 7. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring it for his trespass which he hath committed, 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons unto the Lord, one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. So I don't know the difference between a sin offering and a burnt offering. I believe we've been over the burnt offering in one of our last Bible videos. I've been over the burnt offering. I'm not sure what's the difference between a sin and a burnt offering. I think a burnt offering is a person, a sin offering is like an animal, if I'm correct. I could be wrong, but I think so. Verse 8. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering, and wring off his head from his neck, but he shall divide it asunder. Like I said, they're doing an offering, they make a sacrifice and shit. This is what they did to please the God back in the day. Verse 10. And he shall offer the second for a burnt offering according to the manner, and the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. Verse 11. But if he be not able to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he has that sin shall bring forth his offering to the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for his sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering. So what it's saying right here is saying if you can't bring forth 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons. Okay, so for a sin offering, they had to do that. Okay, so I'm guessing a sin offering had to do turtle doves or pigeons. And it's like if he can't do that, then he could bring fine flour for a sin offering. That's pretty much what it's saying and shit. And then he can't put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering. So sin offerings are different than burnt offerings. So we're starting to learn a little bit what a sin offering is. Like a burnt offering, I believe they actually killed an animal or a person, right? But I think a sin offering is 2 turtle doves or pigeons or some shit. Let's keep reading. Verse 12. Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it, even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar according to the offerings made by the fire unto the Lord. It is a sin offering. Verse 13. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin, that he hath sinned in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him, and the remainder shall be the priest as a meat offering. So they got a meat offering. We got a burnt offering, sin offering, and a meat offering. I'm pretty sure I know what priest is. Priest is pretty much preachers and shit. So once they do these offerings, they get forgiven by God. But yeah. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, if a soul commits a trespass and sin through ignorance in the holy things of the Lord, then he shall bring forth his trespass unto the Lord, a ram without blemish, out of the flock with thy estimation by shekels of silver, after the shekels of the sanctuary, for a trespass offering. So we got trespass offering. So I think what this means is, trespass, you go in the area that you're not supposed to be in. Trespass means, you know what I'm saying, I climb over a fence I'm not supposed to be in, or I step in a yard I'm not supposed to be in. You know what I'm saying? Or I go to a place I got banned from. That's trespassing, right? That's a trespass. Right? So they got trespass offering. They got sin offering. A sin means you do something bad in life. They got a burnt offering. They got a meat offering. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So let's see and shit. So for this trespass offering, pretty much what they gotta do, he gotta bring a ram without any scars. You know what I'm saying? And he gotta get shekels of silver, and that's about it. He has to bring a ram without scars and shekels of silver. Verse 16. And he shall make amends for the harm that he have done in the holy things, and shall add the fifth part thereto, and give it unto the priest, and the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and it shall be forgiven him. Verse 17. And if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of the Lord, then he wist it not, yet is he guilty, and he shall bear iniquity. Alright, so pretty much what it's saying is if they do any of these, if the soul sins, which pretty much if a person sins, he will be guilty and immoral. Anyway, verse 18. And he shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock with thy estimation for a trespass offering unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him concerning his ignorance, where he erred and witnessed it, and it shall be forgiven. So, like I said, trespass offerings where they bring a ram and they gotta get silver and shit. It is a trespass offering. He has certainly trespassed against the Lord. All right, and that's the end of chapter 5. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of this video. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all enjoyed this little video. So this is getting into more of the offers and shit, right? So we're gonna read a couple more and shit. I wanna keep reading. We're gonna get ready to get into some shit. Like I said, I'm not gonna read the whole book, but I'm gonna read a good amount of shit. I want to skip around to the middle of the book. So I'm gonna read, I'm gonna read off cam and shit like that, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, I'm getting ready to move into another book. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, I'm getting ready to move into Numbers. As far as I'm gonna go is to Deuteronomy. Then I want to go to the New Testament. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video and shit, because I did. You know what I mean? Before I get ready to close out this video, let me go ahead and do a prayer real quick. Alright, you know what I'm saying? So, just pray this shit. And that's the end of that, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next YouTube video.